you need to make sure you hold your banana up, grab your condom, and I want to see you make sure you can do this, Mom.
Oh, ew, you're gonna smack your face with
I
it.
did it by accident. Okay. It smells like fish.
Ew.
I feel naughty doing this.
Hit the line, what's the tea? They talk about everything. Hold on, I'm calling my mom. Paul is here, Barb too, and they talk about everything. Hold on, I'm calling my mom.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom podcast. I'm Paul, and I'm joined by our hopeless romantic star of the season, Barb.
Hi, all.
Hi, Barb.
Hi.
I just wanted to say thank you so much for everyone tuning in. If you're a friend that's been along for the journey with us since day one, welcome back. If you're new here, we are embracing and accepting new listeners along the way. And,
Absolutely.
if you're new here, we are the Mom and Son Duo podcast, where I tell my mom everything you wouldn't tell yours. So that is our slogan here at the Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom podcast.
And I feel like it's like changing. Like you tell me everything, and now I tell you everything.
Yeah, it's a reciprocal, healthy relationship here. It's not one-sided. It's not
No.
one-sided at all.
No.
I don't think I could have a relationship with you if it was a one-sided relationship.
I feel like that would be really hard, right?
Yeah, I just feel like
Yeah.
it just like I always view life as ebbs and flows with just
Yeah.
everything collectively. And I feel like it's ebbs and flows with like one day you're rock bottom, like 1 week you're rock bottom, next week I'm rock bottom. So it's like we just take turns of like who needs the emotional support the most during the week. So
Yeah, but there's
this week
been
was mine.
yes, this week was yours.
Mhm.
But I feel like there's also sometimes we're synced together and we're both feeling like down some days or something good set. Like I feel like sometimes we're really in sync, don't you?
Yeah, the reason that is because I feel like we know when one of us is feeling bad, or if like I don't know, it's weird. It's like if I'm
It
having a
is.
bad day, you're having a bad day.
I
Like it's
agree.
and we feel the exact same. So I don't know if this is like a genetic thing or what it is, but it's very like interesting because it happens very often and a lot more now that I'm getting older. So
Yeah, and we'll call each other and we just hear it in each other's voices and then we're just like, "All right, you first."
yeah, we're like, what's wrong? You go, it's your turn. I took up too much time last week. Well, so we are the Mom and Son Duo podcast, and that's very fitting for this week because we do have such an open relationship and an open dialogue that this week we are talking all about STDs.
That we are.
Yes, and
We
whether
should have like a sound come in. Dun dun dun.
no, because see, we're embracing the STDs. That's the whole. We're wiping away the shame.
Oh, we're
No,
embracing them?
we're not like welcoming. It's not like we want them. It's not like they're cute, like Osmosis Jones, the cartoon. Like we don't want them, but we're embracing like that. Hey, it's
People get
inevitable.
them. Yeah.
I've had
Don't be
one.
ashamed. Don't carry the shame with you.
Yeah, I've had 1, 2, maybe 3, maybe 4. We've been outside and we've had them before, so there's no shame
Don't
in
say
it.
we.
No, I'm saying we. Yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
So whether my mom wanted to, she learned a lot about them from me when I was a single gal in my what I like to call slutty era, which, I say that in terms of liberation. There is no shame of owning your sexuality, being outside, living your best life. There's nothing wrong with that. So I'm all about like whatever you thought of it, we're rewriting how we view it now moving forward. So we are sexually liberated in this household. But now that my mom is dating, and I find this to be so crazy that statistically, the 50 plus community, I don't know what's going
rocking
on.
and rolling.
I don't know what is happening, but
Rocking and rolling.
the 50 plus community is acting up and wilding out. They are like no fucks given right now because STDs are doubling in your community. So I brought on a sexual health expert to join us on the podcast this week because unlike me, I did not have necessarily maybe all the tools that I would have liked to, and I had to learn the hard way. But I'm
No tools, just a lot of antibiotics.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, because, during that time in my life, I mean, I mean, didn't matter now. You still probably wouldn't have the answers for me, but like you didn't go outside like that. You weren't dating, hooking up, hookup culture was not like your thing. Also, you're not a gay man living in West Hollywood. And I feel like that opens up a whole nother, door into what that looks like. So to me, unfortunately, you did not have the answers. And I mean, there's only so much you can do, right? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, you're not giving me a penicillin shot. I mean, at the end of the day. So it is what it is. But I want to help you knowing what I know now of like, even it's a learning lessoning for me and an enlightenment of like knowing like what does this look like the proper healthy way, right? So later this episode we'll be joined by physician's assistant Asia Sullivan, who specializes in sexual health awareness. She's all over TikTok and social media, dropping gems and teaching people lessons, and she's a superstar. So I'm excited to dive into our conversation later with her.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, because it's a good one.
Yeah.
But first, I had to say this and talk about it because you've been my first phone call whenever I've gotten an STD once, twice, 3, 4. And I just think about it. If it happened to you,
I wouldn't call you.
Like, I don't even know what I would do. Like, what would I do? Like, you would be beside
you do.
For you.
I sit and say I wouldn't call you, but I would be like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I
don't even know. I would be embarrassed. I would be like,
no. That's why we're not doing that.
Yeah, I would be like, ugh.
It happens to the best of us, girl.
I know, but yeah, I don't want to think of that.
I mean, it's not like the end of the world. How are you going to come into the
my
episode?
age? It is like
why?
That. Yeah.
Why? You get to go out before you go out with a bang and say, "Hey, I got some years left in me, but I caught an STD while I'm in a geriatric."
I don't think it's like a notch on your belt if you get one.
It's not. I put it like, why don't we make it like that? Like, have some fun in it.
Because
if it happens, I'm not saying go and get one. But I'm saying your age demographic, for whatever reason's out of pocket and they're acting up. And I'm saying, if it happens to you, there's no reason to be shameful about it. Look, see, you are part of the problem acting like that.
I'm going to have a little cue card and I'm going to say, you need to fill this out.
What is it? A questionnaire?
Yeah, a question. You're going to have a little questionnaire card.
100%. And you start
you have to fill it out. You have to write like check, no, yes, no.
Well, that was what I was going to ask you, as like, it's hard to be single and navigate like hookup culture with someone because they could easily lie to you. Or if you ask them, they might think you're nosy and it's tricky. Like, do you think a person should know about somebody's body count if you're seeing them?
I think it's a preference.
Okay.
But I don't think at my age, no.
Like you think you need to know those things or no?
No, I don't. No. Because most people my age, some people probably don't even know what body count means.
Well, that's why you're there to teach them, and they better listen to the Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom podcast.
Right. I'm just more in the know.
You are.
Right.
You are.
So I would say like a lot of people my age probably were in the same predicament where they were with their high school sweethearts. They've only been, you know what I mean? Like,
would it be intimidating for you to be with somebody who has like 50 plus bodies?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It'd be intimidating for you?
Yeah. It would be like intimidating. And then also like, oh, so you just like went hog wild after whatever situation you were in.
50 is not that many. 50 is not that many.
It depends on the period of time.
I don't feel like 50 is
if they're saying, oh, I was just divorced or something like a year ago.
Well, yes. I mean, if you went through 50 bodies in a year, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
So it's definitely time is probably more important to know before than, body count.
Is there a body count cap for you where you're like, that's where I won't go more than that would be like
I think it's going to depend on the situation and the time.
But what happens if you fell in love with somebody and he said 50?
50 in a month, 50 in a year, 50 in 5 years. That's 10.
He's 50 with 50.
50 with 50?
Yeah. Like he's 50 years old and had 50 with bodies.
So that's 1 a year.
Okay. So girl, we're really semantic. We're picking apart when in
Well,
the time.
it's not
just,
one. It's not
it's
one
the,
a year because obviously
it's the answer is, would you be comfortable with somebody with 50 bodies who is 50 years old? Yes or no?
Yeah, that probably would. No, I'm lying.
Really?
Yeah. I can't say yes or no. I would have to know in how long, in what period, in the time period.
Well,
Yeah.
you better start filling out that questionnaire because it sounds very extensive for somebody to have to give you a time, date, place of when it happened.
I don't need time, date, place. I just need to know, how long you've been divorced or separated or a widow or whatever. Never been married.
What happens if they've been married 2 times?
Well, then that's a big question mark right there. Red
Oh
flag
my
question mark.
gosh. But what happens if
That's a whole thing. That's a whole different episode here.
okay. So you need to know the parameters and reasoning of why and in the time frame of when
I
the
just
number.
yes.
Okay. But do you think that needs to be shared like up front? Or do you think that's like get to know? Okay.
Yeah, that's get to know. Yeah, I'm not
Okay.
going to come in first date be like, okay, I'm this, and this, and I want to know this, and this, and
I don't know. It's kind of given that energy right now, to be honest. So I'm not surprised if you did.
yeah, I don't want to come on too strong.
Okay. Well, you said I need a questionnaire. So let's run this episode back for you to digest it. But speaking of, I wanted to play a little game with you because I thought it would be funny for us to guess our body counts with a game that we get to use our little whiteboards finally, and we each have to write each other's body counts. So I am guessing yours, and then you guess mine, and then on the count of 3, we reveal them at the same time and see who's right. Okay.
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 All right.
Let's go. You ready? You have your pen?
I have my pen. I have to write yours.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hold on. I got my little eraser here. Isn't the eraser cute?
It is
Look at
cute.
it.
I know. Do you use the blue or the black?
I think either one. No, actually, no. I think the black.
What's the blue do? No, the blue works too.
Oh, wow. I love that I bought these in April and it's August and we're now just using them and discovering them. Are you excited to share this?
Yeah.
Okay, on the count of 3. Don't hit your mic when you do it because I know you. All right. 1, 2, 3. Mine says 2, bitch.
How funny is that I put 22 for you?
And I put 2 for you.
How funny is that? 2.
Wait,
we both picked 2.
Wait, you picked 22 for me?
Yeah. Say. But I didn't know if I wanted this kind of 2 or the other.
That's sick. That's how many people that it is. It's 22. That is sick. You guess that? Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I literally wrote it out and I asked ChatGPT because I have a list of people in my notes app that I've like hooked up with and I have them in there and I copy and pasted them and put them in ChatGPT and look, it says that's 22 people.
I know everybody's not going to believe that we did not.
No, we did not discuss that.
Honestly, we did not discuss this. It's so crazy.
My mom guessed my body count accurately.
Yes, like random 22 instead of like 25, 20, 30.
No,
like,
I swear on everything. We did not talk about this before we did it.
But I think it's just funny that we all picked 2s.
Okay, well, I want to.
I think that's crazy itself. That you picked
crazy.
a 2. I picked 22.
Two, bitch.
What does 3 2s mean?
No, it's 3 2s is 222, which you need an updated numerology episode to figure that out.
222. Surrender to the flow and trust the process. New opportunities.
New bodies. That's what it means. Barb needs that. Wow. Okay, I think you're more concerned that we wrote 2s together. Girl, you guess how many people I fucked. Like that's insane. Like you guess how many people I slept with. Like what you're worried about the 2s. I'm like, you guessed as my mom, you guessed your son's body count accurately. That is sick that you knew that.
I know, but you guessed wrong for me.
No, 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 no. No, I didn't. I guess 2.
There is no 2. It's 1.
No, it's my father and your vibrator, Big Blue.
Oh.
So 2, bitch. Why did you pick 22 for me? What made you do that?
It just came into my head.
Yeah, 22.
I thought it was just like a number, and I just was like, oh, 20. I'm going to go with 22.
That's kind of that's sick.
Because I know it's like not crazy high, but it's.
Yeah, let me ask you, do you think 22 for someone who's 32 is that big of a deal?
No.
So 22.
I know.
Well, I guess accurate for you too, because I mean that counts.
Okay. I guessed very accurate for you.
I had to go back.
That totally counts.
Before we were doing this episode, I went on my phone. I have a notes app with all of them on there, and there's like, as I was going back, I'm like, oh, I couldn't even pick some of them up out of the lineup. Some of them are labeled Rando 1, Rando 2, Rando. That's kind of sad. But do you think it's weird for people, and I'm asking you this because I have friends that have like a really detailed list of people that they hooked up with. Do you think it's weird for people to have a notes app, like, or a list where they keep their body counts at and clock who they are?
Like put descriptions or put something about them, like
Yes.
that will
The
ring a bell.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're in a relationship, yes, you need to delete that, because why keep that around? That's just weird.
Oh, you think that if you're in a relationship, you should get rid of your hookup list?
Yes. Like,
Why?
what's the point of keeping the names and descriptions and all of that? Why do you need that?
Because who cares? You already did it. So what's it matter? It's a part of who you are. You did it. You got to delete it because you're in a relationship. So that's erasing. So everything you've done
if I was dating someone and they had girl descriptions of every girl, I would be like, yeah, you need to get rid of that.
See, I think that's personal if that person wants to keep it. It's like a diary. That's not
What
for
if
you.
they say, oh, you know,
Tina knew how to spit it, lick it down, do whatever, turn it around.
yeah, or she has big tits or something like.
Okay, he has a fond memory of that. Let her rock out if Tina's got big tits. Hey girl, go for it. Like,
Yeah,
what's the problem?
I don't know. You're asking my opinion or my thoughts of it, and my thoughts were, if I'm in a relationship and if I'm married, hell to the no. That's delete.
Well,
absolutely. There should be no reason for that.
I disagree. I'm like, who cares? Jordy could have every guy inch. I don't even get whatever. I'm like, that doesn't affect me. That was before I came into the picture.
Right. And
So
it's the past. So erase it and keep
no,
it in there.
because that see, you don't need to erase your past to move forward. It's a part of who you are. See, that generation is so toxic. Like, that is already But do you think it's weird?
Can we say another name for it than toxic?
It is toxic.
It is not.
Yeah, your generation is toxic.
It's naive. It's innocence.
No, I mean, there's a sense of ignorance because you don't know, so you just are saying it. But
ignorance, toxic.
We love our 50+ community who's working on themselves and are still forever growing. So no shade to those.
No,
so
absolutely.
We'll accept that.
Yes.
But do you think it's weird? Like, okay, so I have like friends who will write in like, guy that I met in locker room at Equinox and gave me a hand job in the shower, like literally detailed like that. Do you think like that descriptive is an issue?
No, because you're not descriptive. You're telling a story. That's like writing it in a diary. But if you're like, oh, you know.
Oh my gosh. There's a difference between the two. Girl, goodbye. What? You're kidding me.
Yes.
What's the difference from the name or writing out a sentence?
Because if you're
say
the sentence again. Say your sentence again.
It's just like laying the foundation of where you hooked up with that person or where you met them, or like setting the tone. So in the list of your body count, you're like, Jim, met him at an Equinox sauna. We blew each other. Then it's Tommy, met him at a bar. We hooked up in the bathroom. He had, a big ass. I think it's the same. Rando 1 compared to Tommy, who I gave a blowjob to at the.
My question is,
what's the difference?
No. My question is, why are you keeping it?
Because I think it's
What's
just
the point? What is the point or the purpose of keeping it?
so that when you're on a podcast with your mom one day, you can distinctively know how many bodies you've collected along the way. That's why. Duh. But I also think like because when you're single, I feel, or when you're just hooking up with people, or if you're in a relationship, you're open, whatever, people just like to keep track and tabs of who they sleep with.
All right, but once you're in a relationship or you're married, what is the point or the purpose of keeping that?
I don't know, because to me,
Right.
it's just like,
There is none. If you don't know, then there is none.
because it's just to me a reference point to have in my life to remember everybody, because like the older you get, the more you're not going to remember, and I think it'll be funny to look back on those moments and be like, oh my gosh, remember when I was like out here like freaking and doing my thing,
So
and
when you're like 80 years old,
yeah, I'm
you're
gonna
like,
look back on my notes. Yeah, maybe I'll be like, oh, remember when I XYZ? Yeah, why not? Like,
uh,
so that's why I would do
yeah,
it.
it's just generational distance gaps of thought process. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
Jan. So
I don't think anybody at my age is keeping a body count or writing notes down on the person.
yeah, they're just thinking that somebody at 50 years old with 50 bodies is a little risque. So okay, we'll trust your word for it. Sure. Goodbye. But with all this nonsense, and speaking of the hooking up and doing all this, I need to get into my hold the fuck up moment.
So let me tell you something.
Are you ready for my hold the fuck up moment?
I am. Go for it.
Okay, because girl, I need to make sure you know what you're doing out here. It's been a minute, and I got to make sure you are set up for success. So I would like for you to make sure that you grabbed your packages that I had sent you.
I did grab them.
Okay, great. So anybody who's watching and listening, I decided to purchase my mom a little gift, and I doubled the order and sent them to myself because a girl always needs to be prepared, is what we've learned in my gut. And if Barb is out here and she's throwing it back or whatever, she needs to come prepared. So I got Trojan condoms delivered to my mom and myself. You got yours? Okay. So what do you think of these? I Googled it, and it's a classic. It's just like, this is like a vibe. Everybody knows what these are.
Classic reservoir end.
Oh, okay. We like that. They're lubricated latex condoms. Okay. On some real shit, though, I mean, when's the last time you seen a condom? When a dinosaur was alive? Like, what's happening here?
Yeah, probably in high school.
Okay. So what was that? The 80s? Is that the last time?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was probably in the 90s.
The 90s. Okay.
Yeah.
That's when I was conceived. So makes sense.
Yeah. It's probably one of like after one of yous or something. Like,
this might sound bad, but I don't think I have ever used one. I mean, I have used one, but I don't think I've used one since like 2013. And that's something that I want to talk about with Asia later in the episode, because there is such almost a judgment now of people using condoms. Like, that's not a thing. If you hear someone uses a condom, you're like, what? Use a condom? Like, it's just not a vibe anymore for people. Yeah, it's almost like they look at you crazy. But this was like a thing that everybody had. But still, for your age.
Well, in the 80s, yes, that was the thing everybody was. It was like, use condoms, use condoms, use condoms. Yes.
But I mean, despite your age or whatnot, like, you can't have a kid at this point, but like, girl, you can still, contract the clap, gonorrhea, syphilis. So like, that's why we got these bad boys. So I want you to pop one out. I also got bananas delivered to your house because we are going to do sex ed. This is teaching you. So what are birds and the bees talk, if we even had one, that I don't really recall it being that extensive.
Yeah. Did we had one.
We did. It was in your room, and it was just like, a penis goes in, like, something very simple. But this is the way that we're doing it now. We are doing it my way, and I'm teaching you about sex. So you're going to pop one of these little condoms out of the case, and we are both going to take our bananas that I made sure
I'm so innocent. How do you open the box?
Yeah, no, seriously. I'm kind of scared. Look at it.
Oh, I really don't know how to open the box.
Oh my gosh.
This is gross.
I'm going to put a condom on a banana with my mom. This is quality this is quality time.
Oh, how many is in here? Jeez.
There's only 3.
Oh.
Okay, I kind of want you to go first to see how you're gonna do it. Okay, so you need to make sure you hold your banana up, grab your condom, and I want to see you make sure you can do this, Mom.
Well, I'll have to do this because how am I supposed to hold it?
You don't know what you're doing.
Ew, they're gross. Ew,
It looks slimy.
it is.
It's lubricated.
Ew.
Maybe I should try one of these later tonight just for fun.
Ew.
Don't you have to pinch the top
I don't know.
to make sure the air?
Ew.
I feel naughty doing this.
I do too. I don't like it. Ew, it's all greasy.
All right, you got to put it on.
Here. There you go.
That's not it. That's not how you do it. You're supposed to pinch it.
There you go.
You're supposed to pinch it.
Ew. 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 It keeps rolling up. Ew, why do they keep doing that? Can you see?
Yeah, a little bit. But aren't you supposed to put it down?
Why is it doing that? Look, it's
Aren't you
rolling
supposed to
up.
pinch the top?
No, it has the thing. That's where the semen goes.
Ew.
Oh, I want to.
Ew. Oh my gosh, smell it.
No, no.
It smells
Stop.
like it smells like fish.
Ew.
This is probably the raunchiest episode we've ever had. You did it. Oh my gosh, hold it up. I thought you were supposed to.
Ew, isn't it gross? Ew. Ew.
That was quick.
Look at you. One hand in
Hey.
it. One hand in it.
Watch out now.
I don't I don't think using the
Ew.
fingernails would be the proper way of doing
It's
it.
grab it right now and smell it.
No.
No,
No.
do it. I
No.
need you to. I need you to because I just did
Oh,
it.
just the whole.
Just grab the bit.
Ew.
Doesn't that stink?
Yes. Smells like rubber.
Fish.
Yeah.
Ew.
Ew. You're gonna smack your face with
I
it.
did it by accident. Okay.
Ew.
So, okay, we're gonna toss that over there for me.
Ew. I'm not taking that off, and that banana's going in the trash.
Oh, I thought you were gonna savor it and eat it later.
Ew, no.
Okay, so you're not as rusty as I thought you'd be. Good job. Okay.
Thanks.
So
I
I
don't
don't-
think using the fingernails is the proper way.
I don't
I
think
think it's more of a.
I don't know if these are the vibe check. That's why maybe people aren't using them.
Yeah, I can see why. Like people, they
Can
get
you imagine
all-
having to stop in the moment and do that? It smells, it stinks.
Yeah.
I mean, we love
I'll
safe
never
sex and we're all sex positive here and we want
Yes.
everybody to do what they feel comfortable with, but I'm not in love with that. So you want to watch someone put that on or you want to put that on yourself? No. Mm-mm.
I mean, the heat of the moment.
No, that's what I'm saying. You're gonna stop.
I mean,
That's
in
gonna
the heat of the moment, let's just say, in
that's
the
gonna
heat
kill
of the moment,
that's gonna kill the vibe.
or it could make you could do it a little bit more sexier than we could, maybe. Like maybe there's a better sexy way of doing it.
Like
Do you
there
know what I
literally
mean?
is just a banana with a condom on the floor in front of me right now.
Me too. I'm like, it's like looking at me.
The fact that I will always have
It's like looking at me.
yeah, it looks sad actually. The fact that I will always have on documentation you putting a condom on a banana is kind of iconic, and I love that we came up with that idea. So I was honestly concerned that you wouldn't even know how to do that. Like I was a little-
Really?
yeah, just because I don't know. I mean, it's not your job to do it, but like I feel like
Well,
most-
that's what I mean. I think in the moment, maybe it is like both jobs to do it, and then you can make it a little bit more sexier.
most sexual health
Maybe.
experts are going to recommend that you have one of these bad boys on you,
Yes.
like because you are going to be in
Yes.
control of who you are and you can't control somebody else. So if that's what you feel comfortable with, girl, you got to be strapped at all times.
All right, sweetie. Do you mind if I jump into my hold the fuck up moment?
Oh, Barb's got a hold the fuck up moment. Oh, yes, of course. Give it to us, girl. Give it to us.
So I know that you've been all about the dating thing. So the other day I decided to do some swiping on my own.
Mhm.
And I came across a guy and we had a couple little chats. And then he asked me about my kids. And I said, I have 2 sons. He's asked if they were married or had kids. And I said, no, but they're gay. And he said, now sit down.
Girl, I'm sad. I'm a little. I didn't even know you were doing this
I know. I wanted to tell you
on here.
on here.
Okay, well, I'm sad. What happened?
And he said, well, I can accept one gay son, but two.
No, the fuck he didn't.
Delete.
Stop.
Yes.
He said I can accept one gay. Oh, so we got a limit here of how many gay sons you can have.
I mean, I'm still speechless. I mean, I was like, oh, okay, he's cute. He had a good job. He looked presentable. He was divorced. He had older kids around the same age, which are perfect. They're on their own, like the whole thing.
Everything was aligning.
Everything was aligning. And then we started talking about kids, and that's when it all fell apart. Like, totally delete. Like, done.
Did you even respond back?
No.
Oh, you didn't give him a response back?
No.
If you had to give him a response back, what would you be? Hold on. Let's take it.
No, you know what?
for both your gay sons. Give it to him for both your gay sons. I love
right.
it. Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. She said not. It was okay. One is like, okay, but now two, damn, then you're really fucked. You got two gay kids and now he's out.
Crazy, right? Crazy.
My mom can't even date out here in peace without people turning her down because she's got two gay kids.
Yeah. So to me, I'm already thinking, well, what's the difference between one or two? So you probably still have an issue even with one. So
because he's gonna get hit twice as hard with the accountability, with the sass, and with the don't fuck with me, bitch, and energy and attitude, okay?
Yes, period.
So he wasn't ready for all of that. That's why.
Things were going really well beforehand. I was actually like thinking, oh, maybe I'll even meet him.
You guys were talking about like linking up?
Yeah, like maybe setting a little coffee date or something. Yeah. And
wait, okay. You're telling me the one time that my mom is taking a chance on somebody to go out in public with him, he's a homophobe.
That's why I'm done. That's why I say I'm good.
That is terrible.
Terrible.
And just goes to show once again why you're an ally, you're a ride or die, and Barb is always going to put her kids first, and that's why we stand her, because she's not here about the bullshit. Like, what man is insecure that badly that he's not okay with you having one gay son, let alone two gay sons? That's the deal breaker. It's like, if the one's already, like, let the other one rock out and call it a day.
Yeah, I guess he wouldn't be joining us in WeHo.
I don't think he's joining us to any Broadway musicals, any Lady Gaga concerts, any Palm Springs trips. I don't think he's having any parts of that.
No.
You think he wants to go to the local drag show around the corner?
You're out.
You're out, Steve. Bye. I know a good place where Steve can sit on. Bye, Steve. Okay, well, my hold the fuck up doesn't even... we could have went straight into yours before we started putting condoms on the bananas.
I wanted to ease into it.
Because now you got me fired up where I'm like, give me his info. Let me say something to him.
Oh, that shit's deleted. Don't worry about it. That shit is done. Delete.
My poor mom can't even date out here without someone doing that. That is crazy.
Yeah. Right?
Well, I don't know what's crazier. Condoms on bananas, men who are insecure about gay sons. Who knows? But you know what? I have a feeling that when we talk to Asia, our physician's assistant, who we are talking all about STDs and sexual awareness, I have a feeling that there's going to be some craziness in there that we didn't know about something, and we're going to be taught a lesson. So while I decompress from that, I can't believe you held out on me like that. I really can't.
I had to.
I
needed the response.
Like, we got a show to make, and now I'm like, hold on, I need a moment.
We're real here, so I couldn't expose it before, so everybody could get the response.
See, the thing with the podcast now is that we're holding things out to talk about it on here, and now I'm like, bitch, I'm fired up. What? Now I'm supposed to go into this next segue. Like, hi, I'm like, I'm a professional, but Steve from New Jersey or wherever he's from got me fucked up.
See?
Well, Okay, well, I'm going to take it on
Take a
down.
moment.
We're going to introduce our guest, Asia Sullivan. I'm so excited to chat with our guest today. She's a certified physician assistant. She's out here helping the LGBTQ plus community, which we love. And the topic we are going to dive into today's episode is sexual health. So please welcome Asia Sullivan.
Hi, Asia.
Yeah, thank
Hi,
you so
Asia.
much for having me. I'm so excited.
I am so happy you're here because I
Yeah.
was like, it's not every day that somebody's like, I'm jumping for joy talking about STDs, but here we are.
That's my bread and butter. When you reached out to me to talk about this specific topic, I was like, well, I have to do it.
Asia, I'm ready to get into the nitty gritty with you. I really wanted to have you on today because my mom is 57 years old. She's new. I know she hates when I tell everybody that.
And he
but
constantly does it all the time.
We have to set it for context. We have to. And
Yeah.
she's new to the dating scene and, she's already apprehensive about it. The last thing I need is my mom to be scared about contracting or catching an STD. And I'm sure in your expertise, you know this more than I do or my mom, but rates of STDs are on the rise among people over the age of 50, which I really am gobsmacked when I read that and saw that because I'm like, yo, the 50-year-olds are getting it on right now. And I love that, but we got to be safe out here, right? So I've seen so many statistics about chlamydia, gonorrhea, syphilis, people ages 55 and up. It's doubled in the US over the last 10 years. So we really need to protect my mom at all costs out here because the last thing I need is a phone call from her saying, I just caught something. So
because it's funny enough, I wasn't in the dating scene, so I had no clue. And when I went to my GYN appointment, just my yearly one or whatever, I was talking to him about it and he gave me a sex lecture. And I was like, how ironic is it at this age, you are sitting here giving me, make sure you use condoms and do this and that. It's it's HPV's really high right now. And I'm like, oh my, this is crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see where that would be concerning, especially as, you all have mentioned, if you haven't been out, in these streets in a while. But, I think first of all, like STIs and STDs, it's just a reality of life and it's a reality of having an active sex life. And I think there's, while of course nobody wants to contract one, if you did, I try to reassure people that it's certainly not the worst thing in the world. And it's one of those things that statistically speaking, most people will have at some point in their lives. That 1 in 5 people in the US have an STI at this very moment.
Really?
I really, Asia, would have loved to have you 5 years ago where I was in this part of my life. I call it a slutty era. And I do that because I take the shame away. Thank you. 3 snaps. We wash away the stigma of it. And
yeah.
Girl, I might have caught 1, 2, maybe 3 out here when I was living my best life. And
sure,
there is such immense of shame that comes with that a little bit. And
yeah,
I find it liberating now to be you just saying it as a professional. It's like washing your hands at the sink if you're literally being a person out here.
For your age group, I feel like my age group still has the stigma. So we're like, oh no,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I see that a lot as well in our practice. And I think on the topic of stigma too, there's this conception that maybe people over 50 are not as sexually active, when in reality, at least in my experience, they are kind of some of the most sexually active people, because it's usually when you're kind of nearing retirement and we're talking about things like hormone replacement therapies and all these different things that can kind of, revive the sex drive. Kids are gone, they're out of the house, or maybe you've gone through a big breakup or a divorce and now you're back on the dating scene. And so that's one thing that I guess misconception for our listeners today is that folks after 50 years old and even as old as 70, 80 years old are still at risk of STIs, are still getting STIs. And so I don't want people to particularly be afraid of them, but, again, it's nice to be aware and put the preventative measures that we can put in place. And there's a lot more than just use a condom.
I was just like, oh, I did not expect to see the stats to say 50-year-olds are getting their freak on.
I mean, STIs have been increasing across all age groups, particularly in the 50 and up group. And I think that Barbara, you had mentioned in your age group and in your peers, there's a lot of stigma and you don't really talk about it. And I think that also can kind of increase the
Yeah.
risk and increase the rates, because you're not maybe not asking someone, hey, when did you last get tested? Or you're not telling your friend like, oh, hey, I got treated for chlamydia last week. It's more of a hush hush sort of thing.
Right, because it's
Um,
not something that we would like. We're embarrassed, I feel, our age group to ask those questions.
Yes, and your age group, because there's less concern for pregnancy, people don't really think about, using a condom. I think the main driver for folks, 50 and up, or women in general, heterosexual women, is condoms are really thought of as contraception and for pregnancy prevention. And so after you're past the age where that's a concern, you don't really think about all the other things that potentially may impact you as you're having a healthy sex life. So that is something else.
Even between our conversations, which are, no boundaries.
Yeah,
But
clearly.
that doesn't happen with a lot of people. So I don't even think like Paul's age group to discuss that with their parents when they are like, if they are starting the new dating scene, to
Right.
say to their parents, hey, maybe you should, or talk about it.
Well, that's why I'm so much about like helping my mom, because I've walked the walk. I'm like, I've been around the block literally in West Hollywood. That's where I probably caught some of them at. And I was like, listen, if my mom calls me and she's like, I just know how she is, and she calls me and she is beside herself that she's contracted a chlamydia, and she's gonna feel so much shame about that. And I kind of just want to like wash that away, because I just think like, you put yourself out there, you can never control like anybody else. You can only control yourself. And that's why I think it's important to have these conversations. And even you filling us in, like my mom probably hasn't seen a condom probably since 1980s, it's like, and it's like, she's gotten her tubes tied. She's premenopausal at this point. It's like,
no, I'm full. Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah.
I'm post.
Yeah, she's post.
Yeah.
It's like how when you move out into this world at 57, like how do you bring up those conversations?
Yeah.
Not everybody's like my mom. Do you say, hey, do you have condom? Like what in your profession do you think is like the recommended way to be like, all right, let's get this show on the road, but only if you have XYZ,
Well, I think you kind of have to decide, first of all, what you are comfortable with outside of the expectations of another person. And so, as it relates to barrier methods like condoms, is that an absolute must for you? Maybe it is. And that kind of makes things a little easier for you to know how you're going to proceed. Maybe you are open to sex without a condom, which is also an option, of course. And so that's kind of the first thing we have to think about is like, what are your boundaries and what would make you feel the most comfortable? And at that point, if you have a partner and you think it's going that direction, I think it's very liberating and normal and acceptable to just simply say, hey, I recently did my yearly checkup and I did a screening for STIs and it was all negative. What about you? When's the last time you were tested for STDs and STIs? And just asking that very plainly. A lot of people may not know when they were, may not have recently been tested. And again, that kind of gives you knowledge to decide, okay, well, based on my own boundaries, am I comfortable going forward having sex with this person if they don't know their STI status? And maybe you are, which is also not a terrible thing. Most all STIs are easily curable with some antibiotics. Most all. As we know, of course, as you know as a nurse, not every STI is curable, but they're all treatable. And so I think, the first thing to do is kind of decide on your own boundaries. How are you comfortable having sex? Are you going to be strict with barrier protections? Are you not? What kind of conversations are you going to be having with these potential partners? And just kind of getting comfortable saying that to someone.
Yeah.
And I think, honestly, people will appreciate that kind of honesty, because especially, when you're having sex with someone, that is something you're going to think about. And if your partner's not brave enough to ask a question, I think most of the times they're appreciative when you are.
I agree.
Plus, I think you have to kind of also ask the questions of like, how many people have you been with and stuff, right?
It's up to you. I think some people
I don't
sort
know.
of
Yeah. I'm like,
well, if it's important to you, if you and your personal sort of boundaries want someone with a quote unquote low body count, if that's something that's important to you, then you can ask. I think we're kind of like as a society sort of moving past that because,
Okay.
at the end of the day, if you have been tested for STIs or you're using protection, measures are in place, the number of partners, I guess, doesn't really
Yeah.
influence what you are going to do unless it's important to you, which is also fine.
Yeah.
I love that you were like, as a society, we're kind of moving past that. My mom's like, okay, great. Like, that's what Asia says. All right.
She's like, okay, I'm over it
yeah.
now.
She's like, all right, that's all I need to
But
know.
not
Exactly.
everybody. Again, it's such a personal thing. Like if you are not moving past that, and if you know that for you and your personal, again, boundaries and wants is to not engage with someone in case they've had sex with more than X number of people, then that's totally your right. I mean, I think it'd be kind of difficult to sort of find the line. Is it going to be 5 people, 10 people, 100 people? Like,
Yeah.
it might be a hard boundary to set. But again, that's your prerogative.
Mine's very easy to count, so
It's one.
it's one.
I was just going to say my mom's low body count of one person, I think is why we need to have this conversation because,
Sure.
it's like, hey, I put myself in my mom's shoes. I've done it. And I think that's the beauty of having a gay son that is so close with their mom that I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, I've done this, I've done that. And it's almost like parentification where it's like, I've lived it and now I want to like set my mom up for success. And I just imagine being intimate with a person that is not the one person you've been with after all these years is hard
Yeah.
already. And
Absolutely.
then to add that layer of like, okay,
Concern for disease and illness.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was with Paul's dad since I've been 15.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no experience there.
Yeah, and I don't think there's, a huge rush into, sex itself, I
Yeah.
think probably you'll kind of start out maybe like just dates and casual, kind of
Yeah.
see how you feel about
Yeah.
sort of casual dating before you turn into anything physical.
Yeah,
But who knows?
definitely.
I mean, maybe that first date is super hot. And you're really into it. So,
Barb's gonna be turned
Then I'll be
out.
calling Paul, going out tonight.
exactly. And so, and on that note, if you are, again, back to the conversation of condoms, if you know that that's something that's important to you, you have one. Don't rely on somebody else to have one.
That's
Right.
good.
So condom in the purse and we're ready to go. And there's more barrier methods as well than just condoms. There's internal condoms, female condoms, there's dental, there's so many things in the way of prevention just based on how concerned you are, both barrier and medication.
That's what I
Okay.
want to ask you. Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm like, that's the stuff that I like really need to like dissect because I'm genuinely curious too. What are the best methods? I know it's different for every human, but like, what would you recommend to say like the best? I think we all know as a society it's condoms, but I know that there's so many,
So
right?
many more things.
Exactly.
Now,
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard. I mean, I think you can probably attest to this. I mean, are people using condoms? No.
No.
No, people are not using condoms. And even when you like bring up a condom, people will literally laugh in your face.
Oh my gosh. The fact that you were
funny.
saying that is hilarious to me because I'm like, I'm not gonna lie.
Like, when's the last time you used a condom?
Well, now I'm in a monogamous relationship
Oh,
and I
okay.
have been for the last like 5 years. So, I mean, we don't use them, but like,
Sure.
if I'm being honest, I probably haven't used a condom since 2013, 14,
Yeah.
which I know that probably sounds very
Not at all.
irresponsible, but
That is what I see every day in the clinic, and it's across everybody. It's heterosexual couples, it's gay couples, it's older couples, it's younger couples. So for whatever reason, the condoms, though they are fantastic and they do really work, they just aren't popular. People just realistically are not using them. However, they are a great tool to have. So if you're open, you and your partner are open to using a condom, that's a fantastic option. Other options that kind of are in more control. So, if we're talking about the female partner, cisgender women, there's internal condoms that you don't even see. They go inside the body almost like a menstrual cup. That's another great barrier method in case you're not, doing full-on penetrative sex. If we're just talking oral or hands and just touching, there's dental dams, which is literally like a piece of saran wrap that you put over the parts. There are latex panties that are super thin, like condom material that you wear as underwear for, again, non-penetrative sex, but in case you're worried about things like oral STIs, there's that. Oh gosh, there's so many
Oh my
things.
gosh.
Well,
So
so
I think
far you named so many things, and I'm like, there is?
Yeah, I had no idea.
I
I
had
think
no
the best
idea.
thing, the best thing to keep on hand is just whatever you are actually going to use and you feel comfortable with. I would also say, again, like as we get into these maybe more unexpected situations, and as we are talking specifically to the over 50 crowd, having some lube on hand is always nice, because actually in all types of sex, oral, vaginal, anal, dryness increases your risk for STI. So if the mucous membranes are dry, it's susceptible to tiny micro tears, which increases the risk for STI. So
Oh my
we want to
gosh.
be, have the lube on hand, be ready for that.
So condoms in the purse, KY jelly,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're
or
we're
whatever.
really going there, it's going to make for a better experience for everyone. And it does. Lube reduces the risk of STIs, which a lot of people may not know. And
Yeah.
again, these are just like the barrier stuff that we're talking about. We haven't even gotten into pharmaceuticals.
Barb is going to be strapped. That's all I know. I'm like, forget a Walgreens. Barb's going to have it all in
I'm
her
going to
purse,
open
ready
up
to
a
go.
medical purse.
Yeah,
And
seriously.
it's so cute because there are these little like on the go everything. Condoms are tiny, they're easy to move around. There's like lube that comes in little ketchup packets. There's everything you could possibly need to be discreet and ready in your bag should the moment come. And maybe it doesn't, but if it does,
Right.
we're ready.
Can I have an honest conversation right now? Who really uses, what is it, dental dams for blowjob? No one's using condoms or anything for blowjobs.
Not really. I mean, I know really careful people who do, and most of the time people will want to use like flavored condoms for blowjobs, so that kind of makes it a little funner. So there's like a handful of people I know who really take that seriously. So not many people are using any kind of barriers for oral, and not many people are using dental dams either for like oral with women. But if you are kind of anxious about it and you want to reduce the risk of any sort of body fluid spread, or you just don't like the idea of it, there are options for that.
Barb hears all this information. She's like, I'm good with my vibrator and calling it a day.
I know. I feel like, well, hopefully, again, like if God forbid you got chlamydia, we're going to give you a week of Doxy and we're going to call it a day. I actually have little STD. I got to show you before we go. So I have my little like STD plushies. So this one is gonorrhea. This one is syphilis. This one is herpes.
Is that what they really look like?
Yeah. So this is what the bugs look like on a microscope. So
yeah. What? Really?
Yeah. This is the syphilis. It's a spirochete. It looks like a little worm under the microscope. So if you were to take those bacteria and look at them under the microscope, they look kind of like these.
Oh wow.
Aren't they cute?
Yeah, I was going to say they look cuter than they actually are. Yeah. I was going to tell you because I feel like it's a safe space and I find no reason to like second guess it anymore because it's my past. But there was one time where I had 2 different STDs. One was in my butt and then one was in my penis. And they were 2 different STDs. And I was like, okay, if I'm going out of my slutty era, that's the way that I'm going out, with 2 different STDs and 2 different places. Okay.
You were just missing the throat. That's what we call the trifecta.
Oh, I don't know if my mom could have handled that call and breakdown after that.
And a lot of people don't know that you can get STIs in your throat. Do y'all listeners, you can get gonorrhea, chlamydia in your throat.
Yes.
That's kind of an unknown fact I've learned.
I was going to ask you about that. I know we talked a lot about, sexual intercourse and everything, but I wanted to talk about like oral.
Yeah, you can get gonorrhea, chlamydia in the throat. HSV or herpes simplex virus is something we think about with oral sex. Potentially syphilis, and then I feel like kind of weird being this graphic with someone's mother on the line, but oral anal contact, we think about things like Shigella, Giardia, E. coli. So there's a whole sort of universe out here, depending on what sorts of sex you may be engaging in. But again, none of these things are the end of the world, and they're quite treatable, and many are quite curable.
Yeah.
You brought up the can of worms, so I have to say this obviously too, because I love this stuff, because I always feel like I'm like, it's so much TMI, but I'm like, I'm okay with sharing it if that other person's okay with it. I had Giardia, and it was fucking terrible.
It is.
And I think I got it. I mean, might be graphic, but I think I got it from eating somebody's ass.
You absolutely did.
Yes. And because I went to a hookup, and that was like the one person in that time frame that because sometimes with hookups, I'm more of like, if you don't know the person, I am a little skeptical of like, I might not go that intimate because I don't know like where you've been. But this was obviously a different version of myself, and I did it. And I remember I came back to LA because I was visiting my mom in New Jersey, and I like
you were visiting your mom out here eating ass. Good.
Right.
Yeah. Spending good old quality time, Asia. Yeah, why not? So, listen, Barb's house is fun, but we have needs that need to be met.
Absolutely. No judgment.
Thank you. And I came back to LA, and my stomach was fucked. It was
he was so sick. Yeah.
So bad. And I had no idea what was going on. I had to do the stool sample, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
The funny thing to tie this all up was that I started dating my boyfriend now at that time, and we were just like seeing each other. My mom and my brother came out to LA for the first time, and meeting my boyfriend. And we were like, we're going to go to the beach today. We go to the beach. It's like sandstorm. We're down in like Santa Monica, winds whipping around. We're like,
we couldn't even get out of the car.
Oh, wow.
But I had a call with my doctor.
His doctor calls him.
And I'm like, oh, I'll be fine. We'll all be by the beach and I can go to the car. No, I had to take this call because when you have Giardia, I'm like, sorry, I need to take this call. My stomach's tore up. So I'm in the car. I'm just newly with my boyfriend. And it's like, so what are your bowel movements like? And I'm like,
bad.
Yeah. He's like, he's
trying to talk around it, and we're all just in the car
talking about my bowel movements. And I'm like, they're like, what would you say? Are they liquidy, or are they? I'm like, that one. Yes, that one. Yeah. And I was
always tease him about that. Phone
well, your mom being a nurse is a good thing, because we talk about bowel movements all day. That's half the day is talking about bowel movements.
Yep.
But totally. I was like, if that does not set the precedent of what my relationship with my boyfriend looked like with my mom and my brother involved in our family dynamic, that I was in the car talking to a GI doctor about my Giardia. Yeah.
I love this family dynamic. I wish that every person, like every queer person, and even not queer person, could like have this sort of relationship with their parents. I mean, it's so therapeutic, and it really does lead to, it's so much better when you don't have to hide things and you don't have to keep secrets. And, it's just really beautiful, honestly.
It is. I have to agree with you. It's beautiful. Like, it makes me sad when I hear people that don't have that with their family, and it crushes me. Yeah. So I usually take them under my wing.
Yeah, especially my gay friends. My mom always has a really big soft spot of knowing that like they're not getting that equal love and support of feeling like they can go to their mom, because that's why I started this. One of my gay friends was like, you know how special your relationship is with your mom? Not every gay person can call their mom and say, I just got plowed by 6 people. Hey girl, what's going on? It's like, hey.
And now I have Giardia.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So, I said it's like the good, the bad, the ugly. But like to me, it really has recreated our narrative where my mom did not grow up like this. Like we have chipped away more and more at like just being completely authentic in ourselves. And I appreciate you really saying that. It means a lot.
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Okay.
And I'm so happy for you that you got to have your first hold on, I'm calling my mom experience. So thank you for being a part of this. And I would love to have you back because
absolutely
there's so much we haven't covered.
I know. That's why I was like, we need like multiple parts of this. And I know me and my mom that something will pop up and we'll be like, we need Asia back to like dissect this with us.
Yes,
So
Perfect.
absolutely.
Anytime.
Asia, before I let you go, you know, and as we know you as the girl on TikTok talking about gonorrhea,
Yep.
please let the listeners know where they can check you out, because I love your work and I want people to tune in and also get
Yes,
familiarized
absolutely.
with it.
Thank you. Yeah, you can find me on TikTok and Instagram. My handle is Couture in Clinic. So like fashion couture,
Yeah.
in clinic. So yeah, I would love some new followers. If you want to learn about gonorrhea, late night doom scrolling, we cover them all. So yeah, I'd love to get some followers.
I mean,
Perfect.
that's what I would want to stay up late going through my phone, as how I found you. So hey, there are other people out there in this world. So
See?
Good.
I so appreciate you doing this, taking time
Yeah,
out of your day to do that. It means a lot. So thank
it really
you.
does. Thank you.
Thanks. Well, I've had a blast. So thank you
You're
for asking me, and hopefully we do it again.
Oh
I
my
would
gosh,
love to do it
And when
again.
you do
Yes.
get out in these streets, tell me, because I'm dying to know the details.
Yeah.
Dan is going to be lucky to date you.
Thank you. I
Aw,
appreciate that.
you're so
Thank you.
sweet. I appreciate that. Well, thank you so much, Asia.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
All right, thanks,
Bye.
Asia. Okay. I
Speechless.
mean, if you
Ugh.
want to know anything about
Follow her. Follow her
Get
on
into it.
TikTok
Get
because
into it.
she is so intelligent, so knowledgeable, so friendly, funny. Like, yeah.
I mean, I might have to use the rest of these bananas for some of the other things that she recommended just to try them out. What do you think? I mean, we got time. We got time on the Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom podcast. Maybe next week is a denture dam. What's it called? A dental dam? A denture dam?
Yeah, a dental.
Dental dam? Is that what they're
Yeah.
called? Yeah. Maybe we should
I'm not doing that. So don't even send that to me. I'm telling you right now. That is not happening.
You're like, that is where I draw the line. That is where I draw the line. Barb is like, I don't want any parts of it.
No, we're good.
We need to have more conversations like this. And that was really special that she said that. And I wanted to acknowledge that, because most kids are not having conversations with their parents like this. And we grow up wondering, what should we be doing? What is this? What is that? And it's like, we're figuring out all these things on our own, which is great. I think there needs to be more of like a laid out blueprint for people, because like people are just confused. Everyone's confused.
Yeah, I agree.
Asia Sullivan, you will definitely be back on the podcast.
Period.
And I hope that you will come back listening right now. You in that driver's seat, you on YouTube, you at the office tuning in to me and Barb, just cutting it up, putting condoms on bananas. We thank you so much for enabling and indulging in our ridiculousness, and sound like a broken record, but I will always say it because you all show up for us every week. And I want to let you know from both of us how much it means to us and how much we love and adore all of you for making us just keep continuing to do this and having fun doing it and having these conversations. You know, our goal is for Barb to feel more and more confident as she goes along this dating, you know, journey that she's going on. I think that she might not be using condoms anytime soon and might have to find an alternative, but I think that's why these conversations are important. And we're one step closer for Barb to put all of this knowledge, maybe not this portion, into the equation.
I'm gonna come home and be like, Paul, we held hands.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, maybe I'm jumping the gun here.
He kissed
Yeah.
me on the cheek.
Yeah, I think my mom just needs a nice like hug and kiss on the cheek, to be honest, first. A handhold, like you said. So we should start there. I mean, I'm taking the expectations way too far with this, but it was maybe a lesson to know that you'll never want to do this, and that's great. So please keep continuing to lock in every Monday at 10 a.m. PST, 1 p.m. EST on YouTube is when our episodes drop. They also drop on Apple and Spotify, where you can catch us out on there. Make sure you're subscribed on there and on YouTube, please, please, please. And if you are loving what we're doing, make sure you're clocked in on all social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook at Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom. And, you know, if you want to get into the conversation, maybe there's something that you wanted to get involved with and mention to Barb and let her know, hey, you put the condom on wrong, Barb. Use it this way. Grab it at the top. Email us at holdon.imcallingmymompodcast@gmail.com. And we're getting one step closer to our two-parter finale that Barb is just bursting at the seams to have these eligible bachelors that I am recruiting for my mom to possibly find love. And we are going to get to witness her use all of this knowledge once and for all and hopefully find the man of her dreams.
I don't know about my teens, but
See, this pessimistic ass attitude.
let's just go with a man.
There you go. Yeah, a man. She just needs somebody, right? She needs a hand to hold. That's about it.
A hand to hold.
She needs a body to spoon. That's a cuddle buddy, right?
Yeah, that's
Well,
cute.
So, yes. So, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you again for listening. And, Barb, you know what to do.
All right, it's that time again. I'm hanging up now. Bye.
Call you later. Love you.
Call you later. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.